Namaste, everyone. A very warm welcome to Multidimensional Soul YouTube channel. This is Akanksshaa, and on this channel, we talk about holistic education, well being, ascension, multidimensional nature of soul, multiverse, manifestation, channeling, mediumship, angels and guides, twin flames, light language, astral travel, Akashic record, past life regression, ND, so many different topics. So we covered a lot of topics on this channel, and some of you may be familiar with our podcast. We have had guests from across the world on this podcast. I also share some channeled messages on this channel. So we have different initiatives, and there are different playlists on this channel, so you can check out all of that. This particular initiative is created as a tribute to my son and spirit guide Arnav. My teenage son crossed over in 2020, and he has become my spirit guide, and he guides me from a very high realm. In this particular audio books, audio lectures kind of series, we take some books and lectures and articles and talks of ascended masters, and we share them in the audio format. I try to record them in my voice, as in read them and record them in my voice. It's always not possible, and some of them are AI generated. The intention is to spread the wisdom and knowledge which has been there since ancient times. So far, we have covered Yogananji and Nisargadatta Maharaj. They are from Hindu traditions but rooted deeply in spirituality and not so much in religion. And that's also the intention here, to spread this wisdom and knowledge from spirituality perspective, from the perspective of oneness, to spread love, light, peace, bliss, abundance, and prosperity. So that's the intention for all of you who are tuning in to this channel, whether it's a podcast, whether it's an audio book, or any other videos on this channel. If you're tuning in, the intention is that you receive all the love, light, wisdom, knowledge, peace, bliss, abundance, and prosperity. So, thank you so much for tuning in and absorbing all of this and spreading all of this. If you are new here, subscribe to my channel. If you have already subscribed, welcome back. Now we will move to the audio lecture or article or talk for today. Lots of love. Namaste.
Witnessing by Nisargadatta Maharaj. Questioner: I am full of desires and want them fulfilled. How am I to get what I want? Maharaj: do you deserve what you desire? In some way or other you have to work for the fulfillment of your desires. Put in energy and wait for the results. Questioner: where am I to get the energy? Maharaj: the desire itself is energy. Questioner: then why does not every desire get fulfilled? Maharaj: maybe it was not strong enough and lasting. Questioner: yes, that is my problem. I want things, but I am lazy when it comes to action. Maharaj: when your desire is not clear nor strong, it cannot take shape. Besides, if your desires are personal, for your own enjoyment, the energy you give them is necessarily limited. It cannot be more than what you have. Questioner. Yet often ordinary persons do attain what they desire. Maharaj. After desiring it very much and for a long time. Even then, their achievements are limited. Questioner. And what about unselfish desires? Maharaj. When you desire the common good, the whole world desires with you. Make humanity's desire your own and work for it. There you cannot fail. Questioner. Humanity is God's work, not mine. I am concerned with myself. Have I not the right to see my legitimate desires fulfilled? They will hurt no one. My desires are legitimate. They are right desires, why don't they come true? Maharaj. Desires are right or wrong according to circumstances, it depends on how you look at them. It is only for the individual that a distinction between right and wrong is valid. Questioner. What are the guidelines for such distinction? How am I to know which of my desires are right and which are wrong? Maharaj. In your case, desires that lead to sorrow are wrong and those which lead to happiness are right. But you must not forget others. Their sorrow and happiness also count. Questioner. Results are in the future. How can I know what they will be? Maharaj. Use your mind. Remember. Observe. You are not different from others. Most of their experiences are valid for you too. Think clearly and deeply, go into the entire structure of your desires and their ramifications. They are a most important part of your mental and emotional makeup and powerfully affect your actions. Remember, you cannot abandon what you do not know. To go beyond yourself, you must know yourself. Questioner. What does it mean to know myself? By knowing myself, what exactly do I come to know? Maharaj. All that you are not. Questioner. And not what I am? Maharaj. What you are, you already are. By knowing what you are not, you are free of it and remain in your own natural state. It all happens quite spontaneously and effortlessly. Questioner. And what do I discover? Maharaj. You discover that there is nothing to discover. You are what you are and that is all. Questioner. But ultimately, what am I? Maharaj. The ultimate denial of all you are not. Questioner. I do not understand. Maharaj. It is your fixed idea that you must be something or other, that blinds you. Questioner. How can I get rid of this idea? Maharaj. If you trust me, believe when I tell you that you are the pure awareness that illumines consciousness and its infinite content. Realize this and live accordingly. If you do not believe me, then go within, inquiring, what am I, or focus your mind on I am, which is pure and simple being. Questioner. On what my faith in you depends? Maharaj. On your insight into other people's hearts. If you cannot look into my heart, look into your own. Questioner. I can do neither. Maharaj. Purify yourself by a well-ordered and useful life. Watch over your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. This will clear your vision. Questioner. Must I not renounce everything first, and live a homeless life? Maharaj. You cannot renounce. You may leave your home and give trouble to your family, but attachments are in the mind and will not leave you until you know your mind in and out. First thing first, know yourself, all else will come with it. Questioner. But you already told me that I am the supreme reality. Is it not self-knowledge? Maharaj. Of course you are the supreme reality. But what of it? Every grain of sand is God, to know it is important, but that is only the beginning. Questioner. Well, you told me that I am the supreme reality. I believe you. What is next for me to do? Maharaj. I told you already. Discover all you are not. Body, feelings, thoughts, ideas, time, space, being and not being, this or that, nothing concrete or abstract you can point out to is you. A mere verbal statement will not do, you may repeat a formula endlessly without any result whatsoever. You must watch yourself continuously, particularly your mind, moment by moment, missing nothing. This witnessing is essential for the separation of the self from the not-self. Questioner. The witnessing, is it not my real nature? Maharaj. For witnessing, there must be something else to witness. We are still in duality. Questioner. What about witnessing the witness? Awareness of awareness? Maharaj. Putting words together will not take you far. Go within and discover what you are not. Nothing else matters. End of chapter. This profound knowledge and wisdom is by Nisargadatta Maharaj. This chapter, Witnessing, is chapter 10 from the book, I Am That, by Nisargadatta Maharaj. Nisargadatta Maharaj was an Indian guru of non-dualism, belonging to the Inchajari Sampradaya, a lineage of teachers from the Navnath Sampradaya. His teachings are based on Advaita Vedanta. This is a school of Hindu philosophy that emphasizes the non-dualistic philosophy of the ultimate unity of reality. It teaches that the ultimate reality, Brahman, is the only true existence, and everything else, including the individual self, Atman, is ultimately an illusion or a manifestation of Brahman. While rooted in Advaita Vedanta, Nisargadatta Maharaj often presented the teachings in a more direct and experiential way, emphasizing self-inquiry and direct realization rather than a systematic exposition of scriptures. His teachings often revolved around the idea of transcending the ego and realizing the true self, which is beyond the limitations of the mind and body.
This is a series of audiobooks and insightful lectures brought to you by Akanksshaa, dedicated to exploring timeless wisdom and spiritual teachings. Each recording is generated with love, honoring my journey and my connection with higher guidance, especially in tribute to my son Arnav, who now guides me from beyond. May these words awaken the divine love within you, bring you peace and inspiration on your own path, and may divine light within shine bright. May whatever merit arises from these readings be for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namaste.